Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my stream. It is May 26th, that is, 2020. Made a little couple changes into my stream tonight. Got a new camera, forward-facing camera to me. I was using a 720p off the old computer, my iMac 2012, I believe it is. So I got a little bit of an improvement. This is a 1080p. Color's a little different, a little more clarity. Hopefully you get a little better picture, although I'm not the most important part of this thing here. The radio is. So let's get to some radio here. We're going to check in on the Bozone here shortly. I think W6PMD Pat from the Riverside County area over by Lake Matthews, is on. So we'll tune into him and see if we can do a quick check-in with him. This is Greg, K6EGG, and welcome to my stream.
Check into the Wednesday night Bozone net. 604, got you in there. How you been? Well, Craig, still doing the old net here. I guess nobody else wants to take over the job. Actually, we got three other fellows here that help us out, so we kind of rotated around as much as we could. So, well, good to hear from you again. Hi, who else we got? That was 605. Is that 4 or 3? 604. Who else we have out there?
Kilo Mike 6, Foxtrot Zulu X-ray, Lou and Sherman Oaks. And Bozo 654.
Okay, Lou, hang on. Let me catch, I think I heard 819 in there coming in pretty strong. So we scroll down the page there and see if we catch old Ben. Ben, how you doing?
Yeah, doing great, Pat. I hope all is well on your end also. So we'll talk to you next time out, buddy. WA5C.
WA5C, W6PMD. Take care, Ben. Good to hear you. I'm glad to see you're out here on a regular basis. Thanks for supporting the net.
You're welcome.
Then I heard 654, I think, was the call. Kind of jot them down here as quick as I can. So let me scroll the page up here. And Lewis, Lewis over in Sherman Oaks. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Just turned on the radio and thankfully made the net here. I was afraid I was going to miss it. Everyone's signal seems to be pretty good out here in Sherman Oaks. You're coming, of course, outstanding out here.
Well, you're 5'9" solid out here too, Lewis, so good signal from your place to mine.
Fantastic. All right, well, I'll let you go ahead and continue. Just wanted to say hello to everybody out there in the net. Kilo Mike 6, Foxtrot Zulu X-ray, back to you.
As I wolf down my dinner and do the net at the same time. All right, still looking northwest. Who else we have? The other Ben, how you doing up there in Bakersfield? Bakersfield, you got a copy? W6PMD. And 6SWR. Well, I moved the beam about 10-15 degrees. That might help it a little bit for you. Well, thanks for being there. We got you in the logbook, so enjoy the Memorial Day weekend. Roger. Well, looking up the Central Valley right now, moving our way towards the north. Anybody else want to check in, or anybody that can hear me? This is W6PMD, Delta Mike 13 between Lake Elsinore and City of Paris.
649, KG6YTZ. 740.
649, I'll get you first, and then I'll get back to you there, Jim. So Excuse me, wolfing down dinner as I do the net here. I'm getting pretty good at it, I think. Kenneth, how are things going over there in Temple City?
Yeah, going okay. Speaking of dinner, it's probably just about time for that chicken to be done in the oven. So, yep.
Well, the chicken I just am working on is he fell into a pot pie, I guess. So he got all cooked up in a nice big salad here with croutons on it.
That'll work.
Well, thanks for being there. Appreciate supporting the net.
Roger, 73, KG6YTZ.
All right, let's jump over there to Jim, N6OVA, who I heard calling on, I think it was 6 or 10 meters a little while ago.
6 meters, Pat. This is Jim in Loma Linda, N6OVA. Yeah, having some real good luck. Band has been really good to me, so I just missed Florida. Just missed him. I mean, I got his call, but he was out, and that was about 6:10 tonight. So W4 HLC. So that's what I'm looking for, trying to make that double hop. Back to you, Pat. N6OVA. Let me know if I can help.
Yeah, you bet, Jim. Yeah, you got something real unusual coming in on your signal. You got a buzz and a lot of on top of the buzz. So check things out there a little bit.
Yeah, that was funny. That must have something to do with sideband. Because I checked it out on FM and everything checked okay. So, all right, let me take a look.
Yeah, it's quite unusual sounding signal going out of your station there. Normally you're twice as power. Well, it's still pretty strong, but you're down 30-40% probably, but a lot of racket in the background. All right, let's take a look up towards, let me get that rotor going here just a little bit. Let's look up towards Lone Pine, K6MWK. Maybe we can hear John this evening. K6MWK Lone Pine. This is Whiskey 6, Papa Mike Delta, net control. K6MWK Lone Pine, W6PMD down here in Delta Mike 13. Net control for the Wednesday night bozos. Looking your way there, John. Well, maybe like it was a couple weeks ago. After about a half an hour, it'll pick back up and we'll get them logged in.
198.
198. Yeah, you're coming in loud and clear. How you doing?
Doing just fine. See, the weather's been nice up here this whole week. It's been great. You have a good one, Pat. We'll just get you, I don't think we're going to have it Sunday, are we?
I imagine so. That's up to David. It's his net on Sunday night, but I don't think he has any plans of dropping it. I don't know. We'll see when David comes on. We'll ask him.
Roger on that. I was just thinking because it's a 3-day weekend, I thought, well, maybe they wouldn't have it. Okay, I'll check in all of these I can try. And if nobody's there, well, then I'll just talk to myself. You have a good one. K6EGG. We'll be on the site.
Well, you know how it usually works. Even if there's no nets, a few guys will get on frequency anyway because they know there's bound to be somebody out there. So we'll see. I assume we're going to have a net Sunday. I haven't heard any different. So thanks for checking in, Dean.
Roger on that, Pat.
463.
Palmdale area now, and up in the high desert, Victorville, Hesperia, that area.
Well, I'm not high desert, but Bozo 142.
Mr. Sim, KI6BWO, almost retired, 48 hours away.
That's about right. That sounds like it.
I tell you, that honeydew list, I'm sure Kathy's working on that right now in the other room.
Yeah, she's planning ways on how to keep me out of her hair.
Yeah. Best thing to do is get in the car and go for a drive, 3 or 4 week drive.
There you go. All right, Pat, thanks for doing the net. Appreciate it. I'll say 73s and let you get some more check-ins. It's K6EGG, Bozo 142, Husky and Dice.
Thank you, Sam. Good talking to you on the repeater earlier, too. All right, let's see if Mikey's in there. KG6EXO. You around there, Mike?
Yeah, sure am. Good evening, Pat. How's it going?
No complaints so far, but like Curly said, day ain't over.
Yeah, that is for sure. And I heard a couple of guys from the river yakking back and forth. Are you ready for me to give them a call?
Sure, go ahead. Then we'll turn it over to Jim there on your break.
All right, sounds good. KG6EXO, we're looking to the east towards the Colorado.
Sounds like I might be a minute. They're looking into Arizona right now, which is not where I'm at right now.
Very good, Dave. Heard you in there. I heard someone underneath you, too. Who was underneath Dave? The station calling, come again? Very good, Pat. Good evening to you. I'll pick up Dave first, W70JT. How are you? Yeah, very good. I happened to have the radio on last night for a little bit, and I heard 6 meters trying to come in here, but nothing ever materialized for me anyway. But yep, hopefully it comes back alive. We had a lot of fun a couple Sundays ago working a fella in Texas, so it's quite good conditions. So, Dave, thanks for stopping by and supporting the net. Really appreciate it, and we'll listen up for the next one.
I had to put the NB filter in to get rid of some local noise in my area that seems to pop up every night about this time for normal watchers out there.
Oh boy, pretty weak copy tonight, John. I don't suppose you got your amplifier back yet. All right, Roger. Let me pick up Pat real quick, and then we'll see if there's anybody else that's hearing me. N6RMJ, KG6EXO. Good evening. Yeah, very good, Pat. Yeah, I did the same. Moved the antenna a little bit to the north, and your signal came up substantially. So good to hear you. Sounding good tonight. Hope everything's good your way. Yeah, likewise. That brought you up to a pretty solid S9, coming from probably a 5 and 5, something like that. So I'll have to mark this spot on the rotor, Pat. All right, very good. Good luck with that. Thanks for stopping by and supporting the net. Good to hear from you again on a regular basis. KG6EXO, we're looking east for check-ins to the Wednesday night Bozo net.
Yeah, 146.
Yeah, 146. Good evening. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Yeah, you turn my way. I'm on the little loop up there, and you're coming in about an S9 tonight. So I figured I'd be able to get through no problem.
Oh, yeah, easy pickings. You're just over in Sugarloaf, right?
Yes, sir. That is correct.
Yeah, I'm just down here in Mariloma, near Norco, Corona, that area, Ontario.
Yeah, copy. Yeah, you're one of the ones I hear that's probably the loudest. So, anyways, Mike, thanks for picking me up, and good job on the net, and keep it up. W6GLA.
Well, thanks for stopping by and supporting it. Without you guys, we'd just be sitting here talking to ourselves. So let me turn a little bit more east and see if there's anybody else over at the river. KG6EXO, we're looking east for check-ins, maybe for Tom. N7GP, are you around tonight? Well, I heard one in there. I heard a 80 something. Come back with your bozo number one more time. No, that sounds like Bob, 806. Got you in there really close to the noise, Bob, but I heard the bozo number, 806. Got you checked in. Pat, are you able to pull him out?
Yeah, I got them. I got you in there, Bob. Bob, this is Pat, Whiskey 6 Papa Mike Delta. I don't think I'm even aimed at you. I'm aiming about 95 degrees, and you're usually about 35, 40 degrees to the left. But good copy over here in Delta Mike 13, Bob. Number 806, K6SQA. We got you checked in. Whiskey 6 Papa Mike Delta, net control. Wow, now you're in Needles right now. Is that a Roger? Okay, yeah, I was just wondering because I moved the antenna about 10, 12, 15 degrees, and your signal came up even better. Probably the best I've heard you ever. So conditions looks like they're improving as the net goes on. Hey, thanks for being there, Bob. Appreciate it. Maybe we'll catch you Sunday or next Wednesday. Yeah, KC6SCH. Yeah, you're real strong here, John. I guess you're still putting out 50 watts there, huh? But yeah, you're moving the needle. Yeah, you're with the preamp on, you're tapping 5.7 and 5.8. So yeah, you don't need that stinking amplifier. $73, John. All right, back to you there, Mike. You want to take another shot over that way? I doubled with you. I heard the Alpha Delta again.
So for you guys watching on the stream right now, trying to check into the bozo net, they're pointing all their antennas over to the east right now to try to get the guys that are on the Arizona border with California and also Nevada as well.
I'm a little off frequency for you.
And that's Pat, W6PMD. That's the net controller tonight.
KI6 Alpha Delta 6.
Looks like he slid off frequency a bit. I might slide to...
Okay, now do you have a bozo number? Aha, there you go.
Give me your bozo number. Number 909. Okay, let's make sure.
That's a good number, by the way. First three, it's my area code.
Oh, yeah, we got you in there. It's KI6 Alpha Delta Quebec, and it sounded like you were saying 6 on the end. So I'm trying to figure out what your call was. Yeah, Ed, good signal this way. About 5.7, 5 and 7. Yeah, Yeah, well, about S5 over here with the preamp on and looking kind of in your direction, but it's working, you know. When in doubt, you know, don't complain about it. Getting out pretty well.
Trying to get in here, but so far it's not looking like I can.
Well, thanks for being there, and thanks for your patience there. Yeah, I was a little bit off frequency for you, and then when you give me your bozo number, we got you confirmed in the log.
By the way, Pat, his station sounds amazing. I envy his audio.
Well, still looking towards Arizona. I'm going to move the antenna down and see if we can find N7.
Still trying to go for Arizona right now.
This is W6PMD, Delta Mike 13, net control.
And if you hear his voice changing, it's because of the pattern. He's on a moving antenna rotor. Right now he's pointed towards the east, towards Arizona, trying to get those guys in. I believe he's on horizontal as well.
Mike, you want to give a holler that way? I got some terrific noise going that direction.
I have some terrific noise here.
East, and it's almost a S5. Yeah, when we were talking to Bob over there in Needles, I had to do the same thing. Moved a little more north, and yeah, he came banging in there for just a second. KG6EXO, we're looking east to the Colorado River for check-ins to the Wednesday night bozo net. Anybody, anywhere, please come down. November 7 Golf Papa, N7GP, are you around tonight, Tom? KG6EXO. No, nothing but noise here, Pat. I'll turn it back to you.
Yeah, I'm getting about the same thing here, too. Well, let me rotate back around here, and let's have Jim give Inland Empire holler. Jim, N6OVA, she's all yours.
All right, Pat, how are you hearing me now?
I still got the buzz in there. Are you hearing that, Mike?
Yeah, I can hear it. Sounds like kind of like buzz from lights.
All right, I just turned the amp off. How's it now?
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, I don't hear it as bad.
Sure it's not power supply, huh?
Well, it's funny because I'm only having the issue on sideband. I'll need to work on it. Well, any station in the sound of my voice, this is Jim, N6OVA, Bozo 740. We're looking for check-ins to the Bozo net. Bozo number, please.
463.
463, good evening. How are you tonight?
Good, doing really good. Thanks for doing the net as always, and it's nice hearing Pat. I haven't been on since for a couple weeks. At least I haven't heard him in a couple weeks, so it's good to hear him. And I'm also streaming on YouTube, so if you guys want to hear your audio off of your radio there, type in my callers K6EGG, and a couple of us are going to slide up to 144-270 for our normal nightly chat. So if anybody wants to slide up there after the net, have a good one. K6EGG 463.
All right. Well, thank you for checking in. Thank you for supporting the net. And I'll see if time allows. Maybe I'll jump up there and join you guys tonight. All right. Any other check-ins? The Inland Empire. We're looking.
All right. So now I get to finally slide up to 270. I don't have that in. Let's see if anybody's out there.
K6EGG monitoring 144-270.
W86QXAT monitoring Long Beach.
I was just texting you. Did you check in tonight?
Yep, I was the first one.
I was probably like the 30th one. I couldn't get in there. They just started with Arizona right when I popped my radio on.
Yeah, I don't know if Pat had his
beams pointed east or something like that, but he was really weak. And then later on, he was loud like he normally was, so I don't know what's going on at first. I had a hard time hearing him at first, but he had a hard time hearing me, too. He had to re-ask what my number was. I was running some power.
Yeah, we have a lot of noise out here in the Inland Empire tonight for some reason, so that might be part of it. Pat sounded good to me, but I definitely heard him mixed with noise, and I couldn't hear any of the Arizona stations, obviously, that they're trying to talk to.
Yeah, when he and I were, first talking, he had like about an S3, signal, but about 5-10 minutes later, he was up to like an S7, S8 for me.
Strange conditions tonight. It seemed like last night was a little better in some cases. I had a very, very low noise floor.
Yeah, he even mentioned that he didn't have the beams my way or whatever, so. But anyway, I got checked in, yep. Yeah, kind of a strange day today on 250.
Yeah, what's up with it?
A couple guys, again, were talking FM on this frequency, and I went to go talk to them, and they were all those hang glider guys again.
Hang glider?
You haven't heard about that? Every once in a while we get these hang gliders that are legal operators. They're talking on these little, foul fangs or whatever, and it's on our frequency.
Maybe it's time to do a T-hunt.
I shouldn't say our frequency, but you know what I mean. But yeah, so as soon as I approached them, they booked.
Yeah, I know I heard some guys on 5.2 the other day when I was driving. It sounded like they were just talking car to car in with some handheld type radios or something like that, but they didn't sound like operators. I didn't say anything because I wasn't on the frequency, but yeah, that happens from time to time.
Then later on, this actually was pretty cool. Two guys showed up that I've never heard or talked to, I should say. The one guy was in Glendale. His call was KD6URO. His name was Craig. And then his partner was Ruben. He was in Hollywood or North Hollywood, something like that. So they stopped talking for a while, and I got to talk to Craig, and he says, yeah, man, I used to be on this frequency a long time ago, so I mentioned Alex and Fred. He goes, yeah, they sound familiar to me, and that's why I introduced them to what we do, and he says, yeah, well, I'll join you sometime, so we'll see.
They have sideband radios?
Yeah, they were on sideband on 250.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah. I know I made mention of the, hi, Haley.
Yes, my kisses.
I made mention of the frequency 270 on the Bozo net tonight.
Yeah, I heard that. So, and Jim said something like he might even pop over, right?
Yeah, that'd be great.
I wasn't hearing the hum you guys were talking about, or you were hearing, but maybe it's because I'm further away.
Yeah, he had like this weird type of it sounded like some sort of light noise or something mixed in with a signal like LED lights.
Actually, when he has linear, he was hitting with a +9. There's been times where he was so weak I could hardly hear him, so he was coming in strong actually for me, but I didn't hear any background hum or anything.
Strange. Well, let's give it up and see if anybody else is on frequency. This is Greg, K6EGG from the city of Chino, 2 miles north of the Chino airport, and I have my 3-year-old daughter right behind me. Rough crowd tonight, huh?
Yeah, sounds like it. And I don't know, I haven't been hearing word lately, hardly at all. We used to talk almost daily.
Last night when I was sandbagging, or I had the stream going, I was kind of sandbagging. I went back and listened to the stream this morning, and he checked in. He called out his call sign and stuff. And no one came back to him. I wasn't listening at the time, but so he was on yesterday. So we just missed him.
He was on during the stream?
Yep.
Really? I heard him on Sunday check into the net, but then I never heard him when we were talking Sunday night. I didn't hear him. I would have definitely called him back to him because I haven't talked for days and days and days. So tell me about this new camera. Is it kind of like a zoom camera, or is it something better quality than that?
I don't know. It's called an Archer, I think. I replaced I didn't want to use the camera that was built into my iMac that's 10 years old. It's only 720p, so it looked a little grainy to me when I was watching the replays and stuff, so I decided to go with something a little clearer.
Did they ask you approximately what it cost?
I think this one was like $100 or 120 or something like that.
It's kind of like a zoom camera or something different?
No, it's like a little webcam. You just stick on top of your monitor and then you just point it at yourself. It's a lot clearer to me. At least I noticed on my part. I don't know if you noticed a difference.
Yeah, you look clearer for sure. That's what I meant, a web camera. I didn't say generic zoom because I got zoom of the brain. Yeah, I bought one for when I was zooming after about a month, realizing that it's going to be a big help. And I had a heck of a time finding one. I was wanting to get a Logitech because Logitech's like the name, it seems like, and they're very, highly rated, but there was none to be had, so I bought this generic brand for about $50, and it's done the trick, and it's held up pretty well.
Actually, the one that's pointed at my Icom there, 9700, is a Logitech. I wanted to get another one, but I heard you can't run two of them in the same computer at the same time. There becomes a conflict. So I got this Archer, it's something C300. It looks pretty clear. I'm going to put the regular picture on. I have this zoomed in, and it's still pretty decent. It's not too grainy or anything like that. Good color.
Yeah, I don't know if it's you and your lighting, but it seems brighter too.
Yeah, it's a little brighter. I gotta figure out what do you got going on back there? I gotta figure out the video settings, change the flesh tone out a little bit. I look a little washed out right now.
So you're feeling pretty much 100%?
Yeah, absolutely. This morning I fell asleep about 10:15 last night or whatever, 9:45 or whatever, and woke up this morning. I felt pretty normal. Didn't have the achiness anymore, although my shoulder still hurts a little bit.
It's almost identical to my situation, except you had a little bit of headachy, as I recall. You just weren't feeling that great the first night. But for me, I just was tired as all get out. Like I said, I think I told you, I was asleep by 7 p.m. that first night. After getting the shot at 3 p.m., it just coughed me out. And then the second night, I went to bed about 9 p.m. and slept a good solid 8 hours that second night. And then by Wednesday, everything was pretty much normal.
Yeah, it sounded like we had very similar reactions to this thing here. I didn't realize how tired I was until I looked back at the video from Monday. I was kind of like almost slurring, it looked like. I did not sound like my normal self.
Part of that could have been not just from the shot, the vaccine, but man, you'd worked a lot of hours the previous week where, man, your body might have been already a little bit dragging, you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't think it was that at all, because I got up and I did a bunch of work in the backyard, and I felt perfectly fine up until I got that shot. So I'm 99% sure it was the shot that made me feel like that.
Okay, I mean, I know that the shots definitely would affect you. I was wondering if your body was already a little tired or if you'd already recouped from all those long hours you worked the previous week.
No, I'm pretty sure it was that. I usually slap back pretty good. I got a full night of sleep on Sunday, and then I had had to get some screening done for my up-and-coming surgery, and I found out I have not one hernia, but 2 hernias.
Oh, terrific.
I am really looking forward to the after of that surgery, how I'm going to feel.
Having 2, does that mean you're going to be out twice as long?
I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to feel. Supposedly there's newer methods, and the mesh they use now is a little better, and it bonds to your body quicker, and there's less pain. But I remember getting some surgery on some varicose veins, and the doctor was acting like there was no pain, and I was driving home in traffic, and all the numbness wore off, or the painkiller wore off, and I thought I was going to felt like somebody was driving a nail through my leg.
This is W86QXA, Kiev in Long Beach. This will give us some space to see if anybody else was out there yet. Did you get them for look reasons, or were there other reasons you got the varicose vein operation?
I actually had a problem ever since I got out of high school with them. I was a runner, and they seemed to have formed from running and standing, and it was quite painful. For the longest time, my insurance thought it was a cosmetic deal, so they wouldn't approve a surgery. But in my case, obviously, it's painful. I don't care about veins popping out of my legs. I'm not like a model or anything, but the pain was bad, and I had fluid on the bottom of my ankles into my feet. So finally, one of the guys I work with, he saw me with the varicose veins, and he said, "Oh, I found a doctor down in Newport Beach. The insurance approved it." I'm like, "What?" Make a long story short, went in and had it done, and I actually dropped down a shoe size, half a shoe size, from the fluid not collecting in my feet, and I felt like 100 times better about 2 weeks after.
Wow, so your feet had gotten really swollen.
Oh, I didn't realize how bad they hurt.
Wow, that's interesting. How long ago was that?
2 years ago, December, and I had to get both my legs done. I knocked them out. I had 3 separate surgeries, and I had them knocked out in a 3-week period.
Did you go to the guy in Newport Beach?
Yeah, he was awesome, but he acted like nothing was going to hurt, and then, I just told you what happened there, and it hurt, but it went away. I had the pain. He described kind of how it was going to be, but it just seemed like it was going to be a little less. So I was a little upset at that. But going back on it, no, it's fine. I should have done it sooner. I wish I could have done it sooner, but I'm just a little concerned about this new thing coming up. I'm going to be in some pretty major pain for at least a week or so.
Soon is the operation?
I'm having a consultation on the 7th, and probably they said they're about a 2-week. What's it called? They're doing surgeries about 2 weeks out after a consultation.
This isn't an outpatient type of a thing, right? You're going to be in the hospital and so forth.
Last time I was in the hospital, but I got out like the same day. This one's like in a surgery center. I didn't really like the hospital aspect of it. It was kind of freaky, so I was trying to avoid that. So I found this guy, and one of the trainers I work with for the teams I kind of chat with suggested him. So I gave him a call and talked to their office, and they seem to be the best bet for the situation I'm in. But they do put you out, that anesthesia crap, like propofol, whatever it is.
Well, I tell you what, if they were cutting into me, I'd want the same thing. Is it local to you? It's pretty convenient, or what?
No, this guy's actually in Newport Beach, too. Actually, he's like on the edge of Newport Beach. That's right by the John Wayne Airport, just south of the John Wayne Airport.
Okay, borderline, what am I trying to say? What's that city right there? I lost my train of thought.
I think Irvine, so the airport's actually technically in Tustin, I think. On the other side of the main street, I can't think of the name, main street, it's Costa Mesa, and I think to the east side is Irvine, so it's like this little corridor part where it's in Newport Beach.
Okay, yeah, Irvine was what I was thinking of. I didn't realize the airport was in Tustin. I thought it was Irvine and the border of Costa Mesa, but wow, because I thought Tustin was more further south and maybe even east.
That's what I thought, but technically it's Tustin. Everything north of that is Tustin, and everything south of is Costa Mesa and everything. It's kind of in a weird little triangle, I guess. Like everything on the other side of 55 and up against the 55 is, you actually work right over there, is Costa Mesa.
Yeah, right, exactly. Work on the west side of Costa Mesa. You know a little bit about Costa Mesa, right? I think we've talked about this.
Yep, I know exactly where you're at. It's actually it's just on the other side of the freeway from where you're at. So stop by and say hi when I get it done.
There you go. Yeah, because I'm on the west point where if I were to go drive another mile, I'm in Huntington Beach off of Victoria.
Yeah, it's not too far away. Let me see this guy's address here. Yeah, he's on Birch.
Okay, I'm familiar with Birch. I think there's a Birch off-ramp, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Looking forward to the 3-day weekend.
I bet. This is my Sunday tonight. I got 6 days in a row after this.
Here's another nosy question for you. When you have to work on a holiday, do you get extra pay for that?
Some I do. I think I do on this one coming up.
Yeah, because Memorial Day is kind of a big holiday.
For some reason, we lost it wasn't Christmas, it was Thanksgiving as a holiday.
Wow, that's a strange one to lose.
But we gained like Martin Luther King Day. There's usually not much going on Thanksgiving, so I think that's why we gave it up.
Thanksgiving is a good time for me. We work a 2-day week, and then we get Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday with the district. Yeah, that doesn't sound like work to me.
And Eric popping in for a one-liner.
What doesn't sound like work, Eric?
What you do.
Like playing ukulele all day long? What are you talking about?
I'll be right back, guys. K6EGG.
All right, Greg. Yeah, you're extremely clear and stronger today there, Keith.
You're referring to Greg or me?
Well, I was talking to you, Keith.
Okay, because Greg said he'll be right back. I didn't know if you were getting back to him. Same with you. You sound loud and clear.
Yeah, you must have moved your VFO a little bit.
Sorry, give me a 5 count.
Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I tried to tune you guys in.
Yeah, I did. I don't know how I bumped bumped it, but I did bump it, so I locked it in. Hopefully that's better.
Yeah, well, like I said, you're about an S3 solid, and there's like no noise, and you're probably as clear as I've ever heard you, so it must be good conditions today.
Yeah, you're hitting about an S6 yourself, so you're doing a great job.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, it just depends on the day, I guess, you know. I mean, you can go up there and try to find the sweet spot all you want, but I don't know. I think it's more conditions than it's anything else.
So I'm watching Greg's stream, but I'm listening to my radio live, and you're hitting me only 1 dB less than what you're hitting him.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good. Yeah, he's a little bit closer, I'd have to say, since he's up in Chino Hills. But, yeah, we have a good line of sight or something, a good path. Yeah, I was talking to Mike. He's in Mira Loma, and, I mean, I get him an S9, and I get him on S9 on my little loop antenna that I've got up there. It's just amazing. And, yeah, I'm really contemplating whether or not I should go with a beam, because I think a beam would probably be my best bet to get down to you guys a lot better.
Yeah, I don't know. Are you referring to Mike, the guy that helps out with the net, the buzzer net?
Yeah, K6EGG, Mike, yeah.
Yeah, I checked in. I was listening for a while, and he was helping out, trying to get East Coast. Well, when I say East Coast, the border, Arizona, all that kind of stuff. He was helping out and stuff like that. So, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's just down the hill from me. But I just when I flip over to my horizontal loop, I mean, he's booming in here. So, those things really do work. I'm surprised you guys don't have horizontal capability yet.
Yeah, I have a loop. It's kind of a cheap one, and it wasn't working that great, so I don't really use it. But it's funny you mention it, because I'm considering maybe getting like a 5-element Yagi or something like that.
Yeah. I had a 4-element, and it was a dual polarity beam, but it wasn't working for beams. So I was told that you shouldn't mess around with anything less than maybe a 10-element. I hear all these guys that are on 11, anywhere from 10 to 11 elements. A little bit longer, but they seem to work the best.
The reason why I was thinking like a 5-element, I was kind of wanting something that would be portable in case I wanted to do some kind of soda type action.
Yeah, copy that. Yeah, they've got some handheld beams. They're really meant for like the walkie-talkie, so they probably can't really hold a lot of power. But I've seen those. But yeah, if you're talking about something easy to break down and carry with you, yeah, that I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what I was seeing on the 5-element. It might have been 9 dB gain, something like that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, the one I'm looking at is like an 11, I think it's almost 12 dB, I believe. And I think that would really help.
I don't know. It's a high gain VB, so Victor Bravo, 25 FM. Gigaparts has it for $80, and they claim it can handle 500 watts and 9 dB. So I was like kind of impressed with it, and it wasn't, if I want to consider doing it for portable use, it doesn't look like it's too obtrusive and big,
Yeah, copy that. Yeah, that 4-element that I had, that was real small. I don't think I put it together right, and I had a tuner on it and everything, and I just couldn't hear anybody worth being. So I just went back to the vertical, and then I threw up that loop on there, and that loop just seems to work great. So that might be an option too, is if you can double stack a loop antenna. That might work too, because I'm considering doing that too. It's just double stacking a loop and then just getting it up in the air about 30 feet higher, on top of my roof, and that might make a big difference.
I'm not a pro at this, but what my experience is, most of us are vertical, including yourself right now, I believe. And especially down here, vertical works best, because when somebody goes horizontal to vertical, loses dB, loses volume and everything. And then down here when we're like horizontal to horizontal being so close, it doesn't seem like it is as good as vertical to vertical. But I think, further distance, that's where those beams really shine.
Yeah, that's probably true. And then another thing with that though is, you have to get your directional then. If the guy's facing away from you, and then you got your beam like pointed right at him, he probably still can't hear you because he's pointed away from you. So you got to wait for him to come back around. So that's the only other drawback. But I mean, if you can make contact with somebody, directly like that, you've got your beam pointing at him, he's got it pointing at you. I mean that's the ultimate right there. I mean, you get a great signal.
That's a good point. I was thinking about my loop, which was omnidirectional, but it, I don't know. It's cheap, and it didn't work. It doesn't work that great, so I don't know how to use it. When I get some time off this summer, try to play with it again and get it tuned better, see if I can get it to work any better, or maybe raise it a little higher. But I'm not impressed with it.
Yeah, I had that problem when I was living in Tustin. I had a dual stacked horizontal loop, and I think I was in the bozo net at that point in time, and I really wasn't picking anybody up any better. So I had probably a GP9 up there as well, and I just flipped to the vertical, and it just seemed like it was working better for some reason. But since I've been up here, it makes a big difference, going horizontal for some people. I mean, it's just, when I horizontal, I mean, they're just booming in here. And then if I go vertical, I can barely hear them.
Somebody else out there? This is WA6QXA Keith, Long Beach. Go ahead. So I guess I'm hearing things, Eric. Yeah. And I think with you and like Curtis, since you guys have so much higher elevation, that would be good because you don't want the signal to be going up and down. You want it to go kind of, lower profile. So that might be more beneficial for you guys.
Yeah, that's true. But I still want to try to beam vertically. I'd love to be able to get a beam and just point it right at you and see the difference. So that might be something I'll consider.
Will you get one that goes both ways, or what?
Yeah, it'll be a dual polarity. It'll go vertical or horizontal. I'll have to run two different feed lines into an antenna switch, and then I could switch back and forth.
So, you're going from vertical to horizontal. What is it? Is it on some quickie type of a system that you can turn it real quick from one direction to the other?
Well, it'll be on a rotor, and then the antenna is going to be pointing the same way. So basically, it's like I said, it's got two feed lines, and I just flick it to vertical, or I'll flick it to horizontal. If that makes any sense.
Okay, I think I picture what you're trying to say. Yeah, I got it now.
Yeah, so that's the way that other little 4-element was. It had dual feed lines, and then I just ran it to a switch, and then I could switch it back and forth. So it was real convenient.
But you said it didn't work that great for you. You didn't feel?
No, only because I think it was a cheapo antenna, and it was only 4 elements, and 4 elements. I probably got more dB gain out of this GP9 than I ever did out of that.
GP9's put out pretty well, It's, it's a linear bit and everything, but yeah, they put out pretty well.
Yeah, I think it's like 9.5 or something like that dB or something. So that's pretty impressive.
Hey, how was the weather up your way today?
No, it was beautiful. 70 degrees. It wasn't windy. It was just a perfect day today.
Not too breezy?
No, not at all. The wind wasn't blowing hardly at all.
Okay, cool. Yeah. It was comfortable here, but man, around 6 o'clock it got chilly down here.
Yeah, that's weird. Well, it's supposed to change. I mean, it's supposed to get warmer tomorrow. It's supposed to be 72, and then it'll drop down a little bit, and then by next week, Wednesday, it's supposed to be 75.
When I say chilly, I just look. It says it's 63. So for you, you're probably thinking 63, no B.
Yeah, that's shorts and T-shirt weather.
Well, that's what I was in. I just felt like I maybe need to put a pair of sweats on. I was getting a little chilly. Hey, Greg's back. Go ahead, Greg.
Give me a minute here. I'm just going to mess with my camera settings. Sorry.
No problem. So, hey, Eric, do you have any little summer plans? Any planned vacations or anything? Or are you gonna just hang out on the lake with your boat?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. We've got a fencing project that we're doing. They're supposed to be here tomorrow. They were supposed to be here Tuesday, but they went a little longer on the job. But yeah, we're just going to take it easy. My wife is going to go to Disneyland, Disney World, probably up to Oregon. We might go to Vegas, but for the most part, we'll just kind of kick it around here. Over.
Yeah, I'm supposed to do a small, short trip to Vegas in July. The only thing I'm not looking forward to is the heat.
Yeah, that's the only bad thing. But, once you get into the hotel and the casino, you just, it's not that bad. And then when you get outside, it's just that dry heat, and it just kind of knocks you. And then you're like, oh, that's not so bad.
But the end of July, I'll be up your way for a week.
Yeah, copy that. Yeah, well, we'll have to talk before you get up here, and then maybe we can meet up.
That'd be awesome.
Yes, sir. You can see my dogs.
What kind you got?
I got 3 huskies and a small dog, which is what is she? Part Chihuahua, part Papillon.
Okay. When I was in college, I used to have a Siberian Husky, and man, that dog, I could not keep him in my yard.
Yeah, I've got 3 Siberians, but they're real good. They don't like to go anywhere. I've accidentally left the gate open a couple times, and it takes them a while to figure out that it's open. So they kind of like where they are.
This dog was kept getting out. I couldn't figure it out. One time I caught him. He learned how to get up on his hind legs and hit the switch or whatever the thing for the gate to open that thing up, man, and then he would skate.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, we had to put a lock on ours just because we thought that's what they were going to do. They'd flip the gate and be able to get out. But we put a padlock on there so they can't do that.
I used to exercise him with my 10-speed bike. I remember one time he pulled me so hard he just dragged me off the bike, man.
Yeah, copy that. Yeah, we don't try that kind of stuff. We just walk them. They actually walk us, especially my biggest one. She'd be a great sled dog. She is extremely strong, and she sure proves it whenever she takes us for a walk.
I just needed to exercise that one because it had a lot of energy. So one time it ran away, and I lived about a mile away from the Montclair Plaza at the time. And so the security guard found it at the Montclair Plaza, and he called me and everything because I had my number on the tags, all this stuff. Bottom line, the kid he had his daughter there or something like that, little kid, and they fell in love with it. And I just gave him the dog, and they were happy to have it.
Yeah, it sounds like they made out. Yeah, we would never get rid of ours. We just love them too much. But I raised mine from a puppy. I don't know if you did yours or not, but all 4 of our dogs were raised from pups. So yeah, you kind of grow attached to them.
Yeah, I got this dog from, he was full grown. I got him from, I forget the situation, but from some stranger. And he was kind of, it was kind of a problem in that respect. He would always just get out and then scoot, And, but the one thing he would never do, man, I got to give him credit. I don't know if that's just a thing about Siberian Huskies. He never barked. Never barked.
Well, mine do, but that's because the little dog, the little Chihuahua in her yaps at everything, and she gets them going, and they'll all start howling. It's the funniest damn thing.
I think I remember him. He would howl once in a while, but you wouldn't hear him barking. He just wasn't a nuisance like that.
Yeah, copy that. Yeah, ours do, but yeah, I think if they would, if you had more than one. So, we got 3 Siberians, and they all feed off of each other. So, they like to antagonize each other, and they get going. So, anyways, all right. I don't mean to hog it. I know Greg's back in there.
Yeah, he was a beautiful dog. He had beautiful bluish eyes too. But anyway, Greg, you ready to start talking a little bit, yapping?
Hey, Eric, you're not hogging anything, pal. Keep going at it. Enjoying the conversation. I love animals.
Oh, I had to take a break. I can't talk that long.
Me neither, especially tonight for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, because you have COVID.
I do.
Yeah, I was listening that night that you got your shot, and I'm going, crap, you got COVID now.
It definitely felt like something entered my body. It felt like I had some sort of sickness, I can tell you that much. It was very strange. I've gotten a lot of different shots for traveling, and I've never experienced that type of feeling.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Yeah, I'm not going to get it. I have no desire to get it. I'm not planning on doing any traveling, and I don't think that you should be forced to get it anyways. But I don't know. I don't get the flu shot either, so I'm just going to let my immune system work the way it does, and it's been working for me for 60 years, so I'm not going to worry about it. But hey, more power to you. My father-in-law got his, and he really didn't have, other than being super, super tired, because I think that was one of the side effects that you said you had. Other than that, he didn't have any other symptoms.
The day after I got it, the morning I woke up, it felt like I had a cold. And then after like 2 hours, it felt like the cold kind of went away, but I felt like I got hit by a train is the best way I can describe it. And all I wanted to do was lay down.
Yeah, that don't sound good. And, my daughter, she tested positive for it. She never got the shot, but, if you just get it naturally, I mean, especially with her, she's 34 years old. She didn't have any symptoms. I mean, she lost her sense of taste and smell, but that was it. She didn't feel run down or achy or painy or any of that crap, So, I guess she just had a mild dose of it, but, I don't know. That's the way I feel. I'll just take my chances, let my immune system do the work.
Hey, I totally agree with you. I was kind of planning on doing that, and I kind of got talked into it by a professional. And the other thing is probably I didn't want to hear it from coworkers and stuff like that, so that might be part of it as well. But after the fact, I feel okay now. I feel like nothing's going on, except my shoulder still hurts a little bit. But I'm not going to have to worry about anything, people give me crap anymore. So, but I totally agree with you. That was my original plan. But it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, my father-in-law went down to Kaiser, and he got it down there, and my wife took him down there. And all the people there were, coaxing her, peer pressure, trying to get her to take it. So anyway, she kind of gave in and goes, okay. And then she went in and talked to the guy that was giving the shot. And she goes, well, did you get yours? And he goes, nope. He goes, I refuse to. And then as soon as she heard that, she said, no, I can't believe that I got talked into doing this. And so she said, no, I don't want to do it after all. And I'm glad she didn't. But, that's just the way it is. People, you see the commercials on TV. Everybody's pushing it. I mean, even Uber is pushing get your vaccination and stuff like that. And it's just all over TV, So it's like everybody thinks just because it's on TV and everybody's pushing it that, that's what you should do. And I'm just the opposite. I do the opposite of what everybody else does.
I normally do. I usually try to lead by myself. Sheep get slaughtered. That's the way I kind of look at it. So I don't normally follow the pattern, but I just didn't want to deal with, I guess, the peer pressure. Even though I'm probably going to keep it, even though of course I'm on YouTube talking about it, I'm going to kind of keep it to myself. I haven't told, my in-laws or anything about it. I haven't really discussed it with anybody at work too much. So I'm just going to leave it at that, I guess, for everybody else. But it's over for me, I guess. I hope something doesn't. Hope I don't grow a third ear in a couple of years or something like that.
Yeah. Well, that's what they don't know because it was so experimental. I mean, it usually takes years and years for them to come up with a vaccine. And when they rush something like this, you got to start thinking. You got to well, what the hell are they? How can this be safe? It hasn't been clinically tried. All the literature on there says that it's not approved by the FDA. That's got to raise some eyebrows and say, well, you know what? I don't think I'm going to try this. I think I'm going to take my chances. And it's just horrible. I mean, television is such a tool that I don't know, the government, whoever's got money can just force this crap on people, and they think that they're getting the right information. So I don't know. We've talked about this before. You know what side I'm on, and I'm not gonna bow down. I'm not gonna give in. And if somebody asks me if I had a shot, I say, yeah, I had 2 of them. It was called Fireball, but I had my shots.
Yep. I mean, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. And working in media, I can go on and on and on about it. I know how it works. And when it comes down to it, it's not so much about the media. It's the money behind the media that can push whatever they want. And they do. They have been, especially now with social media. It's so easy to, put stuff out there and push narratives or whatever else. So I'm with you 100% on that. We're definitely going into a very scary time with that, especially with the vaccine stuff and the peer pressure behind it.
Go ahead, Keith. I don't mean to hog it, because when we start talking politics, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, well, I got the shot, and the main reason I got the shot is I see 700 kids a week, and so I felt like, and of course, a little bit of pressure from the district, I got to admit, But the thing that's frustrating to me is I followed suit and got the shot. I'm still going to have to wear the stupid masks in my classroom, and even on campus outside. I was going to say a bad word. It's really upsetting.
Yeah, I fully get that. And, people that watch TV all the time, I mean, they obviously know that the CDC has, basically have gone out and already, said that, okay, if you've had your shot, you've been vaccinated, you don't have to wear the mask. So the mask mandate, as far as I'm concerned, is over. And yet you still see people. I mean, we live up here in a small community, right? And so we go down to the local pizza place in the middle of middle of town, and I still see all these people that are wearing masks outside, and I'm just like, what is wrong with you people? Okay, just oh my God, I just don't get it. I mean, if they want to believe anybody, and obviously they believe the CDC and they believe that Fauci dude, they need to just take them off. And what's neat is I was watching the Angel game the last couple of weeks, and they're in Orange County, and what's so cool about that is you look and hardly anybody's wearing them, and I love that.
It's funny you say that, Eric, about the mask. Me and my wife were driving up, I don't know if you know the Ontario Upland area. We were driving up Euclid, which is the main drag between the two cities, to Upland to go have dinner tonight. And we saw a number of people I probably can't count them on both my hands that were sitting by themselves in their cars wearing a mask. Now, I don't understand that at all. It does not make sense to me other than they're trying to prove some point or make it look like they're trying to do something, or I'm dumbfounded by it.
Go ahead, Keith. I think you guys doubled for a second there.
I was kind of saying basically what he said. I said, I'm tired of these masks, but wearing them outside is just totally ridiculous. So, I have to, between classes, spray down the seats every single class. Like you're going to get COVID from somebody sitting in a chair and you're sitting in the same chair. It's like totally ridiculous. I'm ready to get off this stuff because I'm getting heated now.
We got them spun up.
Yeah, and some of the restaurants around here, too, are doing the same thing. The hardware stores, the grocery stores, they're still doing the same thing. Even though they, released that mandate, they said, okay, most people have been vaccinated, so you don't have to wear them anymore. But yet they're still doing the same thing. They still got the shields up. They're still wearing their masks. They spray down the counters all the time. It's like, okay, enough is enough, we've been in this thing for almost a year and a half now. I think it's time to normalize. There hasn't been any rise in cases or deaths or anything. I haven't heard anything on the TV about it lately. So, as far as I'm concerned, this whole thing is over.
And I'm walking into more establishments with no mask. I know yesterday I went shopping. I just went and grabbed one thing. Actually, two things, but into my local Stater Brothers, and no mask, and no one said anything. I walked into one of my favorite Korean restaurants today. Walked in there, no mask. Yesterday I walked out of the restaurant with no mask, and today I walked out of the restaurant with no mask, and no one said anything. I cannot get away with that at work. I won't even chance it because I don't want to get in trouble, but it absolutely sucks wearing a mask for 10 straight hours.
Yeah, and you know damn well that's not good for you because, look what you're breathing in, too. The CDC has done these studies before. Any medical professional like a doctor or, a surgeon especially, and also OSHA will tell you that the masks do not protect you from any type of virus at all, okay? There's been so many studies out there, people just do the homework and just not buy into this crap. They'll find out that, they're wearing this damn thing for nothing.
It seems like we're all on the same page on this here, which is good. I agree with all you guys, what you guys said. I'm going to go with what Keith said. It's probably just going to make me angry. I'm going to say something I probably shouldn't right now. It's just stupid. A lot of it's control. I don't want to get into politics too much, but this June 15th date our state is waiting for to open things up and to take off these lovely face diapers is totally stupid. In the what's the name of that city? Arlington, Texas. They had a full entire stadium of people of over 50,000 people, which most of them weren't wearing any mask, and there was no change in cases. There's no spike or anything. And then 2 weeks after that, they had a boxing event with 72,000 people inside the AT&T Stadium. Guess what? No increase in cases. It's over.
I watched the second half of the Lakers game. This is the first time I've watched the Lakers all season. And those guys are wearing masks when they're sitting on the bench. It's so ridiculous.
It's an NBA mandate.
Yeah, it's the same kind of mandate I have at my district, having to wear it. But it's still dumb.
Yeah, so I guess they got to wait for got the higher ups to claim that it's okay for you to be free again.
I don't know if you heard, about 2 weeks ago, they had an outbreak on the New York Yankees. They had 7 people, actually, it was actually 10 people, have COVID, and every one of them were vaccinated.
Wow, I didn't hear that. Yeah, that's amazing. And, you know, that just goes to show you that those tests aren't worth they're not worth a damn. Okay, so, you know, if you look at the flu deaths, how many flu deaths has there been this year? I don't recall any of them, or last year. I think they're all related to COVID. You know, it's another money thing. But, you know, those tests are so broad. I mean, you could have a cold and go in there and test positive for COVID. So that's how ridiculous those tests are.
I apologize. It was 9.
Fake news.
Welcome aboard.
Good after morning, everybody. AJ6BE, Norco.
Hey, Andy Keith here, WA6QXA.
Howdy, howdy.
Been missing on my morning commute lately.
No, it's been really busy at work, man. It's been really busy. Kind of crazy. I'm so glad I'm on vacation now.
For how long?
Through Tuesday.
All right, good job.
Yeah, how's the weather in Norco? Is it kind of warm?
Yeah, it was pretty toasty today. I don't know what it got up to. I didn't really pay attention, but it was hot. Probably, I don't know, mid-80s, something like that, or low 80s.
Oh, that's not so bad. Yeah, I lived right on the other side. I was right over there in Corona, right on the Corona border in Riverside, right off of McKinley. So I was hop, skip, and a jump from Norco.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'm, McKinley turns into Hidden Valley. I'm between Hidden Valley and 2nd.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I used to live right off of 2nd, too. Before we bought this place, we moved in with my father-in-law, and he lives right directly behind the high school.
Oh, yeah. I know a ham operator that lives behind the high school. I'm really close to that myself.
Yeah, copy that. Yeah, I had a little mobile antenna up when we were staying there. We only stayed there for a few months, and I had a TS-2000 base station. I couldn't get anybody. So, and then I move up here and I have the same problem.
It's a pretty nice rig to not be able to get out, but sounds like you fixed the problem.
Yeah, well, that was, I knew I was in a temporary situation. I just had I had a mobile antenna mounted on a pizza pan or something like that, and I just stuck it outside. So that was more user error than it was anything else.
Oh, Roger. Mobile antenna at both places. Yeah, that hurts a little bit. Although we got a guy named Bill that came out here a few days ago that he's like an S7 from Huntington Beach with a mobile on an ironing board. It does really well.
Yeah, well, I was in a single-story house, and it wasn't even clearing the roof, so I'm sure that had a lot to do with it. Because when I lived in the Riverside area, I had a 2-story, and it was a condominium or a townhome, and I had a mobile antenna up on my chimney, and that thing worked pretty good.
Yeah, makes all the difference in the world.
All right, guys, I'm going to go get me a little bottle of water. I'll be back in a little bit.
All right. So, Greg, what's going on, man? You still going to work? Are you off yet, or what?
Today is my Sunday night right now. I have the next, let me see here, my next day off is Wednesday, so I have the next 6 days after this going on. So I had the last 3 days off, though, even though it didn't feel like it. But I'm kind of ready to get back at chewing at a little bit.
Good Lord, man. Through the holidays and everything? Is it all the games and everything?
Yeah, that's how I have to roll, unfortunately. I'm celebrating. I have day games, actually, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So I'll have the nights off and late afternoons off. So at least I'll be able to enjoy that.
Well, that helps. How about you, Keith? You got one more? Actually, what is it, Wednesday? You got 2 more days, and then you get Monday, or what?
That's right, yeah. 3-day weekend coming up. Looking forward to it.
I hear that.
Barbecue time.
Yeah, I'm going to barbecue some $20 hamburgers on Monday afternoon. Yeah, I spent another $20 on 10 hamburgers.
Oh, okay.
I wish it was Kobe beef. What's up, Alex?
The ground chihuahua or what?
I'll check it out right now. Appreciate it.
Say again there, Alex. You're kind of in my noise floor tonight. I think you said I was talking on the net earlier.
Yeah, talking on the Bozo net. He heard you down there.
Yeah, I invited some people up here. Hopefully they came, but I don't hear anybody that's not normally on here, unfortunately.
You got to put your your TE in line there, Alex. Oh no. Yeah, they're relentless. Oh, I can only imagine. I'm on vacation, man. I am unplugged. Yeah, right. My phone will still ring, but I'm on vacation anyway, dang it. As a matter of fact, no, we're taking the fifth wheel to Paso Robles. Yep, see if I can get lost in a winery or two. Yeah, I've got I don't know, it's 39 feet, I think, a 39-foot toy hauler fifth wheel that seems to do pretty well. We put the scooters or the bikes in the back and go have some fun with it. She's a biggin'. Yeah, I like the inside shower and the outside shower, but the inside shower mostly. Yep, get one of the NBC crank-up towers or whatever they are, the little hydraulic ones. That sounds kind of cool.
I got one for 12 that I've had used about, only have it at once in the trailer, but it goes up 20 feet, and it's a really nice, heavy duty.
what do you do with it?
Laying on the ground. I moved it, and been taking care of the folks for the last 5, 6, 7 years straight. So I haven't had time to do anything. But I got a table and start cutting material up here and throwing all this stuff away at the house and maybe making some few antennas, right?
Oh, there you go. Yep, I saw somebody on, I can't remember if it was Craigslist or if it was on OfferUp, but they were selling literally one of those, the news vans that have that hydraulic 50-foot or 40-foot, whatever it is. They had one of those for sale. They wanted like $5,000 for it, and then they wanted like another, or maybe it was $3,000 and another $3,000 for the compressor that made it go up.
I got a hand crank one, but I have a motor that I can put on there, electric motor that fits right in the hang crank door.
Yeah, it made it sound like it was either an air piston or hydraulic the way this one worked. It was interesting.
Yeah, they're usually pneumatic. They got a hard, rigid piece of plastic cable with a whole pipe pressure like PVC. Usually red or yellow that goes up with that thing in the coil.
Oh, yeah, I've seen the coil. I didn't realize that's what that was. Makes sense. But it was an awful lot of money. I don't know what anybody would do with it, but they were trying to sell it.
There used to be a welder. I don't know how bad it is. I can't remember his call, but he had, back when these 17-footers came out, he had got himself 3-foot covers around the 6-foot plus 6-foot covers. So 3-foot rating was up on his van. And then he had that, I don't know, I guess it was 75-foot.
Wow. Hey, J6BE.
You got insurance? Yeah, I got insurance. Anyway, that's when he gets worked out on the property on the beach, and they always check the insurance if they didn't sell over against somebody else.
Wow. I can only imagine. I'm sure I've seen it. I mean, I went to TRW probably back in the late 80s. He was probably there, right? Yeah, I've had a few sleeps since then, so I don't remember, but I bet I saw it. Is the TRW swap meet still going? Yeah, I can't either just because I can't.
Roger, see ya, Keith. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm looking at stuff that you sent me.
Does that answer your question?
Yep. And some of those things are expensive. There's that one from Tally that's really cool, but man, it's like $70 or something like that, that clamp.
Yeah, there's all kinds of them. But those are the ones.
Well, I mean, I could buy one that's does include the 4-foot mast. I can't remember. A ham radio store that has it for like $29. Maybe I'll just go that route. Well, DX has them, Gigaparts has them, and then a couple other places have them. But they're designed for that kind of thing, so maybe I'll just go that route. Because that was less expensive than most of that stuff you're showing me. Yeah, I did see those. Some of those would maybe work out, but the price wasn't that much better.
And anyway, I don't know about these things. But you know, I have some things like that. Kind of for to get up to the scaffolding. You know what scaffolding is? The scaffolding piece. Knives that somebody may have done out of this, or maybe was done in the scaffolding.
phenomena with the beam, I guess especially with 2 meters, or maybe it's for anything, that, how does it work? If it's horizontal, you can use a metal mask, but if you go vertical, you can't use a metal mask. You know what I mean? Okay, well, I got some fiberglass masks that I got, they're like used, I guess military. Vertical is where you got to be concerned, although horizontal, if you go above the mask, then you can have a problem. Okay, I mean, I know what you mean. I just can't recite it for verbatim. I'm an instrumentalist, not a vocalist. I'll work on it. Yeah, thank you.
I was asleep at the switch, sir. I was asleep at the switch, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what we need to do. All right.
That's usually how it works.
Yeah, they say necessity is the mother of all things.
They also say stupid should hurt, and sometimes it does.
Well, I've reached a common message. You can't fix it.
Greg, what time's your day start tomorrow since today's Sunday?
I got to think about that. I think it's like 12 or 12:30. I should be out of there by about 10, 10:30, maybe 11 p.m.
And where are we going?
Angels, remotely. I think they're either in San Francisco or Oakland. They're definitely up north somewhere. And by the way, did you have a hard time finding a place to put your fifth wheel? I heard a lot of the campsites are having no space.
No, we've locked a lot of stuff down throughout the year. We try to go at least once a month, so we've had this one locked down for, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 months.
Excellent. I know a guy that was trying to find a place, I think by the beach, and it's like impossible right now.
Oh, the beach is always impossible. I mean, I think they open them up like 6 months in advance, and you have to just grab what you can get.
I think it might be a year these days.
Yeah, I think you may be right.
You gonna have any downtime in the Anaheim Stadium?
I should have a little bit, yeah.
Wonder if we could talk for me from Costa Mesa to Anaheim.
I'll probably have it more in the later part of the afternoon, though. Depends on how things go.
Like after 3? talking about approximately?
Maybe after 3.
Okay, well, I'll be home by then. I can try you from home then.
Generally, the first couple hours are pretty busy, and then I have a lull, and then about an hour before air, so I'm not really available to play radio.
Last couple times I struggled getting to hear you from Angel Stadium, which is weird.
I think it may have been conditions and the not so good antenna I have.
That one time Fred was on and I was on, and Fred could hear you just fine. I really struggled.
And remember that one time I was sitting at Honda Center and I heard you and Rob like S9, and I was like behind buildings and everything, so I don't get it.
Yeah, same here. You were loud and clear that day. I remember that day too. Somebody out there? This is Keith, WA62XC. I got a pretty good, strong S9 signal on you, but a little bit of distortion. I don't know if you're overdriving or something. Andy, you getting them okay out in Norco?
No, it's pretty weak, and the distortion, I can't make them out.
Yeah, I think I've got a problem.
Maybe lower the mic gain or something, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm jumping it around. Because this is my digital radio, so when I set it up for voice, I got a little adjustment.
You sound like you're almost getting RFI in your microphone or something. I hear that same type of warbling coming out of the speakers in my office when I talk, so and that's RFI.
That's a little better. No, I've never made a power amplifier yet.
Yeah, listen, there's something wrong with the talk. It works really well with my power class, but with the old pre-fabricated picture, the picture talk sensor is a different kind of driver than the separated picture. So it's not actually
Is that a little bit better? Are you guys in now?
Some of the static went away, or gargledness or something.
Oh, okay. You're saying something to work on. And, yeah, essentially, might be
It almost sounds like you're, I don't know, it's weird. What frequency are you on exactly? It's definitely still gargled up, but there was some sort of static or something that was in your signal that's gone now. So whatever you did made it a whole bunch better, but the audio's still not right.
But your signal is definitely stronger than yesterday.
Yeah, the mobile
antenna?
Yeah, I have to board that thing. I think it works pretty good.
Yeah, Bill, I think I emailed you about that. I really struggled last night hearing you, so this is way better.
Yeah, it's difficult to get the audio. It looks great on satellite.
How many elements is that Yagi?
6 elements on 145 and 40.
Okay.
When I first started a satellite, but I wanted more
So is this a different radio than last night?
Yeah, this actually top single is 36.
Roger. Make him out on 20 watts. He just went barefoot.
Negative.
I have him. He's definitely quieter than usual, but yeah, I got him.
How about you, Greg?
I can kind of hear him in the background a little bit, but I could tell that he's talking. The first night we chatted was the only night I was able to hear him.
Group of guys, we're not afraid to take radio checks and give radio checks. So, feel free to do your test anytime you want.
All righty. I won't do it anymore tonight. Well, maybe I will. I'll try to reset it. Yeah, too bad I didn't want to interrupt the conversation, but this is the amplifier Icom Express, the 162L.
Do you do any repairs? I have an amplifier I need to look at.
Not really into repairs.
He's like, nah, I don't do no repair.
It's clicking a lot on me, where the relays, I think, need to be looked at. Well, I don't know. I didn't know I had two different sets of relays. I'm not that technical. That question, but I'll be pushing the top, and then it will go click, 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 click. It's not this. I'm on a linear right now, but it's not this one. I have another one. It's a Mirage, and it's kind of giving me some problems with the clicking thing. Sometimes those relays, they can get like oxidation and stuff, which could cause some issues.
Well, the relays have that. Not a whole lot happens.
read that. Just to clarify, on Bozo nights we go to 270, so Sunday nights and Wednesday nights we go here because we used to bleed over on the Bozo night on 144-240, but we're on 250, so we slide up here on Sundays and Wednesdays so we don't bleed over on them.
Yeah, I just forgot. That's all. I run the satellite radio and
Does it click on FM as well? If you're on 5.2, are you getting the same clicking as you are on the sideband side?
You know what? I need to hook it up. I think it does, but not near as badly. I need to hook it up and try it again. I tried it last week, man. It was just going nuts, and it was driving you guys nuts too. So I pulled it out of the line.
Well, that's a bummer, man.
Are you on a different antenna or radio all of a sudden?
Yeah, I'm running through my little cheap laptop through the 9700 on the 98 antenna. And this is what I'm going to be doing from the RV, so I'm just testing it out.
You're in your RV right now?
No, I'm on the desk, but it'll be the same thing as right now.
Okay. Yeah, not quite as strong as the signal, but I still copy it. Not a problem.
Yeah, I may plug in the other antenna just to have it in there a little bit better signal. I might switch it off the other radio, but I don't know. We'll see.
How about you, Greg? Did the signal drop for Andy with that second radio?
A little tiny bit. I mean, he's so close, but he sounds good. I mean, for going to a computer and stuff, I hardly knew the difference, other than the fact he sounded a little bit, I should say, off mic.
How about now?
I could still, I can hear a bunch of room noise.
All right, well, I can deal with that as long as it's not overbearing. I wonder, there's got to be a mic gain on this. Let me look for it.
Oh, dude, you're making a trip. I'm just telling you, it sounds different from before. I can hear you totally fine, so I wouldn't go and mess with a bunch of stuff. You could listen yourself on the stream. I have it going right now.
Oh, there you go. I'll go check it out, see what it sounds like.
You almost sound a little more natural than normal. Oops.
You're around, Andy, when I was talking to Greg about this, that we've been having some FMers hanging out on the frequency lately, on the sideband frequency.
I think I heard a piece of that at one point in time. Like, I don't know if it was when I had the radio on the side or I jumped in on the tail end of it or what, but I thought I heard you guys saying that. I think it was you and Fred, right?
It happened today again. It was just me and these guys. So actually, I think Alex heard them too, now I think about it. And they appear to be hang glider guys.
Hang glider guys, really?
Yeah, they got their bow fang and they're like hang gliding and they're like like probably, hackers.
Oh, yeah. Licensed officials, I'm sure.
And by the way, I'm using my computer for this right here.
Doing kind of an echo thing that sounds kind of weird after your voice.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing it.
That is weird. It sounds almost like you've got your monitor on or
if you're on
something.
sideband or vice versa.
Rarely. But now I'm just going through my computer. How does this sound? Finally figured this microphone thing out, it sounds like.
Yeah, it still has some kind of a weird echo to it, but it's readable.
Does that make any difference there?
Say again?
Does this make any difference here?
No, I'm still hearing an echo.
I wonder what would be causing an echo here. Very strange.
Does the audio work here?
I'm sorry, say again?
Yeah, give me a 10 count. All right, I was going to record and send it to you. Yeah, you sound right now.
Is my audio louder right here?
Big time.
You know what I think's going on? I think the microphone from the radio is what I'm talking through. Yeah, it sure is.
You need to change that in the settings to LAN.
Well, I'm glad I figured that out. That would have sucked trying to do that from up north.
And just a little reminder, before you shut off or disconnect the radio from the software, make sure you turn it back to mic on the settings from LAN.
Trying to remember how to go in there and change that.
Top right, go to settings, and then about 3 lines down, you'll see modulation input.
Top right? You mean you said go into menu, right?
Go into settings, that's on the top right. You'll see view, band, frequency, and then settings. Hit settings, and then go 3rd line down, you'll see modulation input.
I'm sorry, man. I must be running slow today. Top right of what? Do you have to go into the menu button first?
Are we talking about the software or the radio?
Oh, it's on the software, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's where the disconnect might be.
Yeah, I'm looking on the radio going, top right, what?
Yeah, there is no top right on there. Yeah, friendly reminder, before you shut that software off, change it back to regular mic from LAN.
So that's what you guys been doing, using that free software from that guy?
Yeah, I'm going to try it tomorrow, too.
Did I miss something? I know you're on vacation. Are you going on a little camping trip with your trailer?
You might be playing with that software.
Let's see. I think this is the microphone on the computer. Does it sound different? Yeah, I'm going on with the trailer to Paso Robles.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, you sound better.
Yeah, you sound awesome there.
I'm going to make sure that, yep, it's the right microphone. That's the computer this time. Yay.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that thing sounds from out of town.
Yeah, hopefully I get enough internet speed to do something with it. I don't know, I'm kind of, the only thing I don't like about the software is you have to click to transmit and then click again to stop transmitting. Do you have the same thing?
Yes, but I think you can, either that one or the other software, you can press the space bar, but I can't remember.
Yeah, spacebar does the same thing. It'll just lock it on transmit and then unlock it off transmit if you click it twice, right?
I think either that or it's on that RSB software. I can't remember.
So let me get this straight. When you're up there in Paso Robles, you're going to be able to talk on the computer sideband to us, possibly?
Yeah, that's my hope, through a Wi-Fi connection in the trailer.
Sweet.
Kind of like what I did when I was up in Hollywood.
So I get it now. This is like a test pilot for when you're doing. How soon are you leaving?
Tomorrow.
Nice.
There's really not much delay to it either. I mean, it's pretty fast.
Should be 23 milliseconds if I'm correct.
Yeah, that's probably true. Of course, I'm sitting right next to it on the same Wi-Fi or whatever, so that probably helps.
You might have a little bit more of a delay if you're on LTE, but at most it might double it to the 40s. But that's still almost nothing.
Yeah, I don't think I'll even notice it.
Yeah, if that's what you're going to sound like up there, you sound clean.
Right on. I'm surprised for such a cheap little laptop.
You almost sound like you're on a radio.
KSWB News 98.
Sound like you're talking on a $500 mic.
Well, I bought a $120 computer.
Is KFWB still around?
I don't know.
Channel 98?
They used to be all like traffic every 10 minutes, right? Or is that KNX?
I think KNX is on the ones, does it say? I forget what their statement is. I feel like it's traffic on the ones.
Yeah, that sounds pretty impressive. I can't wait till you jump on the radio up there. I probably won't be able to hear you because I'll be working, but I would love to hear it up there.
You won't be working the whole time, though, right? I mean, I'm there until, well, shoot, you said you don't get done until Tuesday, is that right?
Yeah, but I should have Saturday night and Sunday off, and Monday off. Monday night off, I should say.
Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, I may not even break it out, you know, but I've got it if I decide to.
After all this, you got to break it out.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm going to definitely try it at least once, you know.
I'm giving serious consideration to a 705 for the car, man.
Those things aren't cheap.
I know, they're pretty expensive, but I think 10 watts for the most part is probably okay in the car. I mean, not for trying to reach you guys, I suppose, but for repeater talking and, you know, basic stuff. I wouldn't want to do hardcore HF in the car necessarily. I could always buy an amp for 2 meters, so I don't know. I'm thinking pretty serious about that.
Don has one.
Who does?
Don, what's this, W6DOA or something like that?
Oh, okay. Does he have it at home or is he running it mobile?
W6DUO, my bad. No, at home.
I think I've heard him before on the, well, I've talked to him on the radio, so was that the radio he was on? Is he just running 10 watts?
You know, he also has, I believe, the 991 Alpha, but it seems like since he's bought that, he uses that the most.
I just like that it has everything. I mean, if that thing was 50 or 100 watts in a mobile, this thing would be killer.
I wish they would make like a 100-watt, 2-meter 440 sideband radio. Wouldn't that be sweet?
Yeah, I'd be fine with just a 2-meter one at this point, but that's just because this is where we hang out, right?
Well, to be honest with you, me too. It just seems like it's always, but 2 meters going to have 442. But yeah, 2-meter, 100-watt with sideband. I'd be like in heaven.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking you could get a 2-meter 440 like HT amplifier and run that with the 705 and get, you know, 35 watts or whatever out. But the problem I see with it is they're not sideband compatible. It'd work probably fine for FM, but it won't work for sideband unless you get one that does sideband, and usually those are monoband.
Right. So when you go on vacation, do you have any specific plans, or are you going to just kind of chill?
Pretty much just going to chill. I mean, we'll hit some of the wineries and do the usual local stuff, but we go with my wife's sister and brother-in-law, and her son is coming up with his wife. So we'll have a pretty good group there.
What's the weather supposed to be like up there? Has it started to get hot yet?
Yeah, a little bit. I think it's supposed to be about what it has been down here, you know, high 70s, low 80s.
Oh, that's perfect, actually.
I think we'll be able to light the fire pits at night, maybe.
Because during summer, Paso Robles, it can get like high 90s easy.
Let me check my handy-dandy weather deal.
Yeah, great. I mean, when you were doing that, what Andy's doing, you didn't sound as clean as he was. Hate to tell you, he sounds really clean.
Yeah, I was getting a lot of data packet errors. You guys weren't sounding good either, so this software seems to be a little more solid. And keep in mind, he's in the same Wi-Fi as his radio right now too, so we'll see how that changes the dynamics. It might a little bit. He'll definitely have a little bit more delay onto it, but not too much. But yeah, I definitely that software, like I said before, is pretty clunky.
So you haven't tried the other software yet, remote, right?
I think I did once, but I didn't have the audio working. I'm going to try it this weekend.
At the job site or what?
Yeah, I'll connect to their Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi at my work, it like goes through like 40 different things before it gets to me. So there's there's a ping delay. It goes to like our internet comes from Houston, and they get it from LA, then LA gets it from New York or something weird like that.
So using your phone internet, is it too slow to make it worth your while?
You mean on a LTE connection with a Wi-Fi?
Yeah, like using your hotspot off your phone.
I don't know. It will definitely add a little bit more delay, but I don't see why it shouldn't be working. I mean, cell phone calls work. That's voice over IP, right?
That's a good point.
You can stream stuff. It's just you're just doing it two-way, basically.
When they get that 5G all up and running, that'll be pretty awesome on a phone, right?
You know, I have a theory behind this, and I think some people will back me up on this. People are very wrapped up on speed, download speed. Like, for instance, I can get a gigabyte download speed at my house through fiber, but it's just the amount of data being transferred at a certain rate, not actual speed. The speed that you're looking for now is ping time. You want a faster ping time. It will have a better, more solid, less jittery connection. You can have a 5 gigabit connection, and if you got a slow ping time, it's pretty much worthless. Yeah, you can download fast, but the connection is actually a little worse off. For instance, when you're trying to do an upload to like when I'm doing YouTube, if you have a slow ping time, you get a jitter effect, and you'll see freezes and stuff. Speed does not change that. It's the ping time that changes that.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense. Never had anyone explain it like that before, but that totally makes sense.
And you know, those people get these 1 gig down connections, and don't get me wrong, I'm a huge tech guy. I would never need it. You download 4K movies at tops 9 megabytes a second. Like, I'm uploading 1080p right now at 6 megabytes a second. I'm not going to touch a gig. I can have every single computer in my house doing this, what I'm doing here on different YouTube streams, and it won't touch what I have for 500 megabytes. So getting 1,000 megabyte download is, unless you're doing some, like, you have like 40 people over your house, it is absolutely worthless.
So I have 75, so I'm like old school, but it's just my wife and I. It seems like it's working fine, so that's why I don't really want to pay to upgrade.
Don't pay it. I mean, if it's working for what you're doing, I don't see, the big deal about it. The only reason why I changed over to Frontier from Spectrum is the upload. It was only at 25 megabits, and I was running cameras and just normal, regular stuff like that. When I was doing the YouTube stream, it almost ate up all my upload bandwidth, and it had a slower ping time. So that was probably, otherwise I probably wouldn't have changed anything.
Yeah, I have Frontier also, but it's like old school. It's like 75. They upgrade, they need to actually come in and put new boxes in and all that kind of stuff. And when I first checked into it, they wouldn't even do it because they say because of COVID they're not willing to do it. I don't know if that's changed yet or not.
I just had this Frontier installed in my house like 6 weeks ago. They're doing it again. In fact, they're offering you can get 2 different 1 gig internet connections, and they said by next year or something it's going to be 10 gig internet connection. It's like, why do you need that much bandwidth? we send video signals across the country. You don't even use that much bandwidth.
So I'm way behind the times. So how fast is yours right now?
I have 500. I probably would have got 250 if it was available, just to be cheaper, because I just don't need it.
Because they had told me I could upgrade to 200. It was kind of a weird line that they gave me, but it would be 500 automatically week for $10 more a month. But again, at the time when I talked to them, because of COVID, they wouldn't even come out because they'd have to put all new stuff in because I had like the really old stuff.
Well, they do have the newer upgraded system, which are probably on the older system. The ping time is a lot faster. When I had Frontier before, it was like in the 9 milliseconds, and my cable modem was close to 15 to 20 sometimes. Right now, I'm like 1 or 2 milliseconds, which is almost nothing. It's a direct connect. So the newer system is a little better. Even if you get a little bit faster speed, it'll probably help out with the pages loading. Like, for instance, let me give you an example. I know Andy was kind of appreciated the way I explained this to me. When I'm on an airplane, they have Wi-Fi. Like if I fly to Hawaii, there's Wi-Fi. There's a 50 megabyte download. But the problem is it's like almost 2-second ping time. So I'll hit my button to load a page and sit there and wait, and then it'll load super quick. That's the big difference with ping time and download.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, maybe this summer I'll check into them, see if they can come out and see what the extra price is going to be and all that kind of stuff. But, man, I get tired of people coming in and have to install new stuff and put new holes in your walls and all that kind of stuff.
They actually took out stuff on mine. I had a big old giant huge box in my garage, and they put in just in a little crevice where all the cables go in, another box, and I have more space in my garage now, of all things.
Gates kind of doubled.
Yeah, sorry about that, Greg. I totally I saw you talking on the video, so I unkeyed.
Sorry, Andy. Go ahead, man. I wasn't talking for a while.
No, I was asking a question about the pinging thing. You know, when I stream video at the house here, it's very clunky. Would that be a ping issue, or is that a download speed issue?
Well, if you have a slower ping time, you're going to get some jitter. The faster ping time, you're going to get less jitter, usually, depending on your data transfer rate. And data transfer rate and download speed are totally different things.
You're rocking my world, dude.
What type of service do you have?
Crappy. It's Spectrum. 100. I think it's 100.
I noticed some issues with that, especially in the evening times or high time COVID when everybody was working from home. I had those issues as well. A lot of that is traffic in the network that can cause ping time, slower ping times as well as jitter.
Yeah, I had Spectrum come out a couple of times looking for something to see if something was better. One of the guys told me that we were just too far away from the main board or main distribution thing, which I've heard is totally false and completely irrelevant from more than one person. But it's frustrating because there's no better option. I mean, they're the fastest one in town supposedly, and it's nonstop a problem. Every time they do a ping or every time I get service on the phone and they run the computer test, it's always running at 100 megabits. But when I do the test, like almost as soon as I hang up, it seems like it's back down to 40 or 50 sometimes.
Well, the thing is with cable, and this is the difference between a cable modem and like a Frontier. You have point to end service. I think the way the Spectrum does it is it's either 16 or 32 users share a data stream. So if that data stream has a lot of different pings going on, basically people calling websites or data transfers, you're going to get mixed up in that. So what happens is you're either when your computer calls for another couple bits of information for a stream, it gets clogged for a second. That's where you see the jitter, and then you get disconnected for a quick second, and then it comes back. That's why you see the pause. As for being far away from the central office, I call BS on that because it doesn't work that way. The way the central office sends a signal out is it sends it out to like a box in your neighborhood where it feeds those, I can't remember if it's 16 or 32 houses, and it's basically the same if you go, even if you're 15 miles away from the central office. So it doesn't make a lot of sense of what they're saying.
Yeah, I've heard that on a DSL line, like that. The distance to the main box there makes sense, but yeah, I've had several people tell me that was just to get you to stop talking to them, kind of. That's one of those comments.
Yeah, DSL is totally different technology. It's modulated through the analog phone line. So, but yeah, it's basically the way the spectrum runs, it's fiber to a local box in your neighborhood. So that's BS, total BS.
Well, I bought it hook, line, and sinker and said, go away.
I should find some info for you on DSL reports. It gives a little story on how the cable versus fiber work. I mean, fiber is the most direct path. The guy that set up my standby. The guy that set up my fiber here, he showed me exactly where the signal went. Basically, out of my house, it goes down to a distro box, which is about 2 streets away. Then that distro box goes straight to their mini main hub, which is off of Riverside Drive. It's about 3 miles away, and it's dark fiber all the way there. It doesn't connect to anybody else. It's not shared with anything else. It's not modulated with anything else. It's just a direct piece of glass, and then that connects to Pomona.
Yeah, it's amazing, all that stuff done with light.
And you know they have all the fiber connected underneath the ocean too, right?
No, across countries then?
Yep. Down, we have a bunch of fiber all the way to Australia from Seattle.
How the heck does it stay, or stop getting crushed or whatever? I mean, is it on the floor?
Yep, they lay it on the floor. A little story what happened with me 10 years ago. I was in Australia for my honeymoon, and I called my buddy Jeff, and I was on the phone with him. He had DirecTV, I had Frontier, Fios, cable, and I had a sling box going. And the sling box is streaming from my house, my local cable box. I was getting that feed before and watching TV before he was getting his DirecTV feed because it was bouncing off 3 satellites. That's how quick that light is.
That's wild. I can't even imagine running that through the floor of the ocean. Jeez.
They have a whole fleet of boats that do that and repair it. They get grapple hooks, and they get a couple dead lines. They go and grapple it up, and they sit in a static room and melt the glass together.
That's above my capabilities. But I'm going to jet, guys. It's past my bedtime, even on a holiday. So we will catch you guys next time. 7-3 is good talking with you. Hopefully we'll catch you from the RV over the next 5 days or so. Other than that, we'll catch you later. Be safe. AJ6BE clear.
All right, Andy. Hey, have a safe drive, and hopefully we'll talk to you on your vacation.
Andy, take care, buddy. Have a good one. I'm going to send you a quick little thing on YouTube about the ocean fiber lines.
Sounds good. I'll be looking for it.
tripping me out how you're saying that they run those lines on the floor of the ocean. Sometimes the ocean is like miles and miles and miles deep, right?
Yep.
So what are they using, submarines and stuff?
No, they just drop it on a, here, let me see if I can show it to you here. They just drop it on a, it's off a boat, and it's well protected. It's like got metal within the line as well.
And it's made with materials that salt water doesn't affect it?
Yep.
That blows me away, because that's, what is that, like 12,000 miles away?
Here to Australia is like 7,500, I think. I mean, it's pretty amazing, and they do checks, and there's less than 100 millisecond delay between the Europe and New York and stuff. So it's just amazing what they can do. I mean, they have the transcontinental cable. They first used from England to Maine. They did Morse code through it. Telegraph.
So when you first had BIOS, how many years ago was that?
That was 2005. I was actually, my condo complex was a test bed for Verizon FiOS. It was the first one in California to have fiber, and then they let everybody else in California get it. We only had internet at the time, and I had really bad Verizon DSL was only like half a megabit or something like that, 500 kilobytes. So then they offered like 10 megabytes down. It was like night and day.
Okay, so because I got mine just maybe a little bit later than that. They knocked on my door, and I had Spectrum at the time, or whatever the company was called back then, which I hated. And it was starts with a C, actually. I can't remember the name of the company. And at any rate, they knocked on my door, and I went with them, right then and there. So that's probably an easy, close to 15 years ago, too. I still have kind of like that same stuff.
Wow, yeah, that's what I had in my house, because my house was built in 04. My condo, they put it in, but this was built with the gear, and I had the same gear in this house. But, yeah, it's definitely the older gear. The newer gear works a lot better. I've noticed a difference on the internet.
I need to upgrade and get the better new stuff. Do you think you're going to have to do a lot of, like, drilling holes and all that kind of stuff to do that?
No, like I said, the unit, you know what? In fact, I don't have my phone with me, but the unit is like a quarter of the size of the old one. This was like a big phone box they had before. Now it's like the size of a router.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because it was big, yeah.
Yeah, it's a quarter size of that, and it fits in like where the cable's at.
Do they have to run new wires into the house from that box?
Nope. You can just use the regular wires. What do you have, Cat 5?
So.
Yeah, stay on the Cat 5. That's quicker than the coax.
If I am on coax, do I tell them I want to go to Cat 5, or what's the deal with that?
If you have Cat 5 and it's working out for you, stay on that if possible. Don't let them talk you into the coax. The coax has a little bit of a, I should say, number one, you have to use their own router, or their router. Number two, it's got a little bit of a ping time delay because it's getting switched from, like it's on a Mocha, I forget the name of it, modulation. So it modulates the data signal through coax versus just straight regular data through Cat 5. I think it's called Mocha.
Well, so let me ask you, can I ask them, I want Cat 5. I don't know if I have cable or Cat 5 right now. But if I have cable, can I say I want you guys to switch it over to Cat 5 or no?
Well, if you have Cat 5 to your router, I would suggest using Cat 5. If you have coax and that's the only way you can get to it, I would just stick with the coax, I guess.
I'm pretty sure I have Cat 5 to the router. But I got an old router too, old technology router. And to go to the next level, they said that I have to have a new router.
It would almost be better to get your own router too. They offered a router for like $10 a month or whatever. And I just got this one from Best Buy, this Netgear thing, and it's solid.
Okay, so you can buy something from like Best Buy that will work just fine and save a lot of money, because $10 a month, that adds up.
Yeah, after a year you can buy your own router. So the only thing is they don't service it. So if you have a problem, it's on you to fix it.
Just the router part though, right?
Correct.
And that's a good brand that you just mentioned.
Oh, I love my Netgear. I wouldn't say it's professional like a Cisco, but I have a static IP through a DNS server. I'm running my own VPN. I also have a VLAN hooked up for some equipment I have in my office, including my server, my scanner server for ProScan. I can listen to my own police scanner when I'm away from home. I really enjoy it. When I hop on Wi-Fi at unsecure locations like a Starbucks or I don't know, whatever else, I usually VPN in, so I'm totally secured in my network.
What does your VPN cost you a month?
$0. My VPN is my home internet. So basically, my router has a VPN function where I download an app called OpenVPN, and then on my router it will give me like a parameters to download to my phone, which I send to my phone, and it installs into my OpenVPN, and then when I go on a Wi-Fi, turn on that OpenVPN, and basically have a tunnel directly to my house. So any of my internet traffic is going through my house. It does slow down my connection where I'm at, but I'm also secure, like for banking, whatever else.
I just got a phone call, like a FaceTime phone call. Unbelievable.
By the way, I want to say hi to Joe. Sounds like he's watching right now. You would like the conversations we talk about on here. You'd like Denny and Tony. They're both pilots. He's just getting his pilot's license, and I worked with him this past weekend up in L.A.
Is Joe monitoring the stream?
He is.
Do you know him? Where's he at?
He's up in the valley, West Hills, I think it is. He's actually going to get his pilot's license other than me.
You heard that Tony blew up his radio, right?
Yeah, so is he done?
Well, last I spoke to him, I asked him, when did you get it? He said last November. I said, well, that should be under warranty still, if they'll cover it. So he was going to send it in to see if it was covered by, but I haven't talked to him since, so I'm kind of curious.
I would just get a new one and then sell the other one that's getting repaired or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I think there's maybe some budget concerns there.
I don't blame him one bit.
But it should be fixable, and then he should just be fine, you know.
Yeah, Joe is definitely watching. Too bad Denny's not on tonight. He would love to chat with him or listen to what he has to say. Him talking on his radio from his 737 at 40,000 feet over Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to Denny for a couple of weeks, probably.
Yeah, it's been at least 3 weeks for me. I know you said he was going to be busy with work, so I think he might be on some trips.
Haven't spoke to Denny, haven't spoke to Ward. Who else haven't I spoken to? It's been some pickings. Well, I tell you, I think I'm going to get out of here myself. If you happen to have some time tomorrow, text me, and if I'm available, I'll give you a shout.
I will, man. Yeah, tomorrow might be a little crazy, but if I get some free time, I'll definitely jump on the radio. Anyways, take care. K6EGG for WA6QXA. Keith out there in beautiful Long Beach.
Alrighty, Greg. Glad to hear that you're feeling better. It's going to be WA6QXA, Keith, Long Beach, and we're going to be out for the evening. Take care.
All right, it's a little quiet this time of night. Most of the people kind of bail out, and I don't blame them. It's kind of late. It's getting dark. Oh, it's pretty fuzzy here. Testing on a new camera tonight as well. Kill that. That's killing me right there. So I'm going to sign off for tonight. This is Greg, K6EGG from the beautiful city of Chino, just about 2 miles north of the Chino Airport where the Planes of Fame Air Museum's at. Go check it out if you ever get a chance. Have a good evening.